Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So this is something that's been on my mind lately and I just decided that I would make a video about it. So as the title says, if you do this, you're a bad friend. And there are probably multiple things, there are definitely multiple things that you could do that would make you a bad friend. So maybe this is part one. I don't know. But like this to me isn't like an obvious thing. This isn't one of the things that everybody is gonna say. I don't think. Anyways, so in this week's video, I'm gonna talk about something that I think makes you not a very good friend. But before we get into this week's video, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday. I make anywhere from topic videos like this to rant videos to how to make money online videos. And with all that being said, let's get into this week's video. So, what is this thing that I'm talking about? If you do this, you're a bad friend. This thing is telling your friend they're good at something that they're not. And I know that this could fall under like a much bigger category of lying to your friends, which obviously isn't good. But this specific lie gets to me. And let me explain why. Let's use singing as an example. Let's say that you have a friend who likes to sing, but they're not that good. I'm not saying that you should go up to that friend and be like, oh my gosh, you're like super bad, never do that ever again, like never perform, like you're like totally bad, like literally never do that again. No, this isn't me saying to walk around being mean to your friends, but if your friend, let's say your friend just did a performance, maybe they performed at your school talent show, and then after everything's over, they come up to you and they're like, oh, did you like my performance? Don't say yes if you didn't. You want to know why? You know those people that go on American Idol and then they sing and then Simon Cowell, I know he's not on the show anymore, but we're talking about back when the show was still good. And then Simon Cowell would be like, yeah, you're bad. And then they'd be like, but all my friends told me that I was so good. Exactly. And then you know how like after they leave the audition room and like they have the little confessional and they're like, yeah, well, I know that Simon Cowell said that I was bad, but I've had like 20, 30, 40 people tell me that I'm really good, so I don't really care about that one person's opinion. Firstly, yes, you do, or else you wouldn't have gone on the show. And secondly, the reason why that person thinks that is because you, as one of their friends, told them back in high school that they were a good singer. So then they're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on national TV and show them how great of a singer I am. If your friend is not a good singer, and they tell you, oh, by the way, I'm going to go to American Idol auditions next month, and you let them go? Like, let's pretend that you'd been lying to them this whole time. Like, let's say you met this person when you were like 7, and you lied to them from you were 7 till you were like 20. And like every time they did a performance, you told them that they were great. And now they're like, oh, I'm going to go on American Idol. You better fess up right now. Do not let your friend go on national TV and embarrass themselves. What kind of friend are you? Like that, there comes a point, yeah, you've been lying to them for the past 13 years. You need to fess up right now. And I know that that's a bit of an extreme example. Like, I don't know anyone who's been on American Idol, probably because I'm from Canada, but I would think that a lot of people watching this, maybe you don't know someone who's then gone on to embarrass themselves in front of the whole country. You know what I mean? So that's a bit of an extreme example. But with going with the singing example, maybe they decide to go to an open mic night, or maybe they decide to go sing karaoke, or something of the sort. Think about it. If multiple people tell you that you're good at something, you're probably going to try to pursue it. Like if a bunch of people tell you that you're a good singer, then you might say, oh, maybe I can make a career out of this. If a bunch of people tell you that you're good at sports, then you're like, oh, maybe I can make a career out of this. If a bunch of people tell you that you're good at math, then you're like, oh, maybe I might make a career out of this. Like, people tend to pursue things that multiple people told them that they're good at. You know what I mean? So even if it doesn't go to the big scale of embarrassing yourself in front of your whole entire country, and then they become a part of one of those bad audition compilations, they're still going to embarrass themselves on a bigger scale at some point. I don't know about you, but I would much rather be a little bit embarrassed now than a lot embarrassed in the future. Like if it's just our friend group, like 4 or 5 of us, and then you tell me that I'm not very good, that's a little bit embarrassing. But I'd much rather you tell me that now than for me to go in front of a crowd of, I don't know, 50 to 100 people. That's embarrassing myself on a bigger scale. And if you had just told me from the get-go, then that never would have happened. I would much rather this little bit of embarrassment now than a lot of embarrassment in the future. So yeah, that friend might be mad at you right now because it might be their dream to be a singer and you just crushed it. But if they have any sense, give them a little bit of time and they will thank you. And also, just because they're not good at that thing now doesn't mean that they can't pursue it. Once again, going with singing, if you tell someone that they're already so great, like, oh my gosh, girl, you sound like Christina Aguilera, when they don't, but whatever, you tell them that they're so good, then they're not gonna go take singing lessons because they already think that they're good. Meanwhile, if you tell them that they're not that good, singing lessons could make them good. But if you tell them that they're already good, then they're not going to take the steps to actually get good. So just because someone isn't currently good at something doesn't mean they can't pursue it. They can learn to be good at that thing, but they're not going to think they need to learn how to do it because they think that they already know how to do it. So then you're hindering them from getting better because they already think they're good, so they're not going to take the steps to get better because they already think they're great. I don't know. That's just what's been on my mind. I've seen way too many people on these competition shows who are like, oh, but my friends told me I was good. And it's like, get new friends. Get new friends. If your friends are telling you that you are good at something that you are not, and you told them, hey, I'm going on to this show that's broadcast in front of the whole country, and they still let you go knowing that you weren't good, get new friends. Get new friends. Don't be that friend. Don't be that friend that is afraid to tell your friends the truth. I'm not saying go up to them and insult them randomly, but if they ask for your opinion, which friends typically do, like you might say, hey, do you like my hair? Do you like my shirt? Did you like my singing? Like, friends ask their friends' opinions. So there's gonna come a time where your friend asks you if you like something that they just did. And be honest, because it's much better to get embarrassed on a smaller scale than to embarrass yourself in front of the country, or to embarrass yourself in front of a bunch of people at a coffee house, or embarrass yourself in front of a bunch of people at a club when you're doing karaoke. I don't know what they do at clubs, but whatever, you know what I mean. Like, don't let it get to that point. Tell them from the get-go. You know how earlier I said if you'd been lying to them from the age of 7 to 20 and now they're going to go on American Idol, so now you decide to tell them? Don't let it get to that point. Don't lie to them for 13 years because then it's going to be a lot harder to tell them the truth. But if you told them the truth from day one, then it's done. It's over with. You already ripped off the Band-Aid. But if you left that Band-Aid on for 13 years and then tried to rip it off, that's going to hurt a lot more. 1, because you're crushing their dream, and 2, because you just admitted to lying to them for over a decade. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Don't be that friend. Don't be that friend that gives your friend like false hope or false confidence. Tell it like it is basically what I'm trying to say. I feel like that's one of the worst lies you could tell. Obviously, there's worse lies in the world, but like, don't do it. is all I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video. Ow, I have a cut on my hand. How did I get that? Oh gosh. You know, like before you realize you have a cut, it doesn't hurt you, and then when you realize it's there, then it starts to hurt? Is that just me?